Hello again, Struck Club. Welcome back to another evening of streaming. Today, starting like an hour later than I anticipated, due to YouTube-related delays with processing of my video. But here I am. We can do a little bit of farming, some more stuff, continuing where we left off yesterday. I did play some more today, but not so much. I didn't play so much today because I just was too busy recording when I was recording footage for the extended first impressions video I've uploaded for this game today. So yeah, let's just go into the game and do some anomalies, do some dungeon anomalies maybe. And get some materials and levels. Still trying to get some mastery points. I need to get this maxed out. Once I max this one out, I'm maxing this one out. And once this one is maxed out, what would come next? Probably next I'm gonna max out the lightning damage and then the crit damage. And then start maxing the other things like crit damage and stuff like that. I mean, there's things to get. There are things to get to invest into. So I've got around 150 more levels to get here before I start pumping into those three my points. Okay, just a quick thing here. Just to place this there. Maybe this one as well. And let's move. Let's do Mythic 8 for now. I'm gonna stick to 8 because it's quick. It's quick to farm on Mythic 8. How's my Thorns damage now? 10 million. 10 million Thorns damage without the buffs. Oh, I forgot to write in the Chronicon Discord. Just a moment. Let me just pause that one and that I'm streaming. There we go. Done with the post. Just wanted to make sure that people know that I'm streaming over there. If anyone was interested and waiting for me to go live. It's not gonna be a long stream today because of the delay, but that's fine. We can play some more tomorrow. Although I'm not sure about tomorrow and Chronicon, because today I'm thinking Torchlight 3 would be getting the public test realm patched with the new Disc Mage rebalancing changes, and I might want to make a Disc Mage there to test how strong certain skills are and things like that. We'll see. If they do add a PTR, I might use the time to my advantage and make some builds on the PTR before they close it down. Because yeah, it's taking its toll on me leveling up heroes in Torchlight 3, but if there is a public test realm, I might use it while it's there and make some builds with the help of the quick leveling up on the test realm. We'll see how it goes. There are a few mages I want to try. I haven't done a mage fire relic build, by the way. Not sure if it will turn out right, but might as well try one and see how it goes. The Disc Mage with fire. What other Disc Mage have I not tried? I've tried electric, I've tried poison. Oh, I haven't tried a Bud Mage. Maybe I can make a Bud Mage. I wanted to do one. I want to do a Bud Mage more than a then a flaming destroyer one, so probably that's gonna be the next mage. Oh, I fucked up the... Wait, is that a dungeon? Am I doing an elite dungeon anomaly, or is it a regular anomaly? I started the wrong anomaly, my bad. I need to go in the city and start a dungeon 1. Just realized I had it on a regular anomaly. So, okay, here we go. Starting with the south. And Nidofu says random anomaly, it says it. Oh yeah, thanks for that. I didn't notice it says it over there. But yeah, I wanna be doing dungeons, cause it's decent loot at the end. And I like the amount of materials it gives me. And also that it drops those harder to get materials that you can get elsewhere. Well, you can still get them elsewhere, but getting those rune stones. I like getting those. What dropped? Okay, we're at 100%. I like that it sometimes tells me where the end of the dungeon map would be, so I can try and plan my killing spree in advance, which parts of the map I want to clear out first. In this map I think it's good to just zigzag it up and down, up and down. I'm impressed by the amount of quality of life this game has got. I understand it's been there for like 3 years of early access, and over those 3 years the dev has been adding a lot of quality of life features, but it's nice to see them all at once. I forgot to tell people in my video about the quality of life features. I knew I was gonna miss out something important, but well, I might just add it as a comment. I'm gonna add it after my stream as a comment to my YouTube video from today that I forgot to mention from the pros of the game. The immense amount of quality of life you've got in the game right now. Some games that have been out there for years don't have as much quality of life as this game. And this game is just now launched. Yeah, it has been out as early access, but technically it launched a couple of weeks ago, so yeah. For a launch game to have this much goodness inside of it, it's impressive, it's impressive. Which way am I supposed to? Oh yeah, it's this way. Alright, let's go that way first then. Because just wanna make sure I'm killing those here before I move to the exit. I'm wondering, should I speedrun and kill the bare minimum amount of enemies, or should I just try to focus on kill streaking? Right now my priority is probably more on XP and masteries, because I've got enough materials to kind of be... I'm happy with the build the way it is right now. Yeah, I would love to get some more stuff and some more materials, but I'm gonna need more materials when I get Bowger's Binding. Until I get the Bowger's Binding, I wouldn't need that much more materials, but I can always find use for materials. If not on this hero, on others. Okay, did I get a mastery? Oh, I've got 4 masteries this run. Nice. Okay, as I said, I'm done with alleviation. Now I'm getting white synergy because damage to all elements is quadruple to my whitening. Because every other element that's not whitening is converted to whitening with my 1 for all set. Sorry, had to mute myself to have a little sip of water. So after this one is maxed out, I'm probably gonna max out whitening. So what's that? 8 more levels. 8 more levels here, and then another 15 levels here. Maybe this one would be pretty nice to increase the effect of my aura skills, another 2 levels. Eventually crit damage, I can get some more from those places. I don't need more bok chance, by the way. If you see my stats here, by the way, I've maxed out my resistances finally. I was tweaking my gear today with the farmed stuff. So yeah, I was saying that my bok chance, bok damage, I patched those up yesterday. I fixed those yesterday, meaning I wouldn't need to put more points here. It's gonna be a waste if I do. Can I swap this for something more useful? Oh, there's damage blocked that I can pick. If I get 10 damage blocked, I'm wondering how much... where is my damage blocked? I think I had it somewhere on a gem. Okay, I guess I don't have damage blocked on a gem. I've got 30% from here. So 30% damage blocked from here. And then I've got 10% here. How do I have 50? I'm missing something. There's somewhere that I get 10% damage blocked. And I don't know where. Was it here? Oh, that's where I've got the... So this means that here, if I get reduced duration of harmful effects over here, and then I change my health regeneration for damage blocked, it might be nice. Alternatively, I don't think I need mana again. Well, for now let's leave it as it is. I think it's in a pretty good shape. A little bit of health regeneration is not bad. I don't think I can get enough health regeneration to actually make much sense with my amount of HP, unless there's health regeneration that's based on percent of HP. I would love to get percent of HP regenerated per second, and I think there is a affix that allows me to do that. I'm pretty sure there is one, and maybe getting that affix and sacrificing some damage could be worth for the build, because with this much HP, 212,000 HP, getting 4-5% of HP per second regenerated for a few seconds would be pretty nice. Because what's 1% HP for me? 21,000? No, it's 2,000. 2,000 is 1% for me. 2.1 thousand. So if I get 10,000 as 5% HP per second, that's gonna be pretty nice. For now I'm happy with the barriers, they are helping, but it's not gonna cut it for the harder difficulties. I experimented to see if I can do damage to the enemies with my current setup to the enemies on the harder difficulties, and I can do reasonably decent damage up to Mythic 12. Of course I get one shot super easily if I don't pay attention, but up to Mythic 12 my damage is okay, it's doable. It's slow to kill stuff, but it works. I can do damage. I can see the HP of the enemies moving. If I go to Mythic 15, 14, 13, I'm not gonna even see the HP of the enemies moving. Of the squishy guys maybe, but not of the big guys, not of the crowned enemies. So I definitely need to see what's gonna happen if I get Balgar, and to see how I can get more chance to stagger. Right now I'm staggering 68% of my damage. I wanna try and cap it at 90. I wanna try and get 90% stagger, and then from that 90% stagger damage, if I have Balgar, I'm gonna be taking only 90% of the... I'm gonna be taking only 10% of the real actual staggered damage. The other 90% would be reduced. Maybe this could push me further, because right now I can clear up to Mythic 10, but even on Mythic 10 right now I'm dying. I can do it, but I will be dying every now and then, even with maxed out resistances. So the only way I can think this could work is some sort of health related stuff like HP on hit, stacking, and more stagger. But I don't know where I can get more stagger. I've gotten stagger on any piece of equipment that I can think of getting it on. Wait, where is the... Oh, that's where the exit was. I didn't plan out this the right way. Is that the boss one? Oh no, one more, okay. I'm gonna try and play this one the right way. Come on. I clicked outside of my window, just a moment. I keep clicking outside of my window. I clicked in my browser, and now of course I lost my kill streak as a result of that. Well, not much I can do about it. I would suggest as a quality of life a toggle button to restrict the mouse cursor to the game window. For windowed mode, to restrict the mouse cursor to not go outside of the game borders unless you've pressed escape. So if I press escape, to be able to get my cursor outside of the game window, but if I'm fighting, if I'm not opposed, to not be able to click outside of my game window. That would be amazing. I've seen some games doing this. I can't remember which game did it. Was it Borderlands? It could have been Borderlands 3, I'm not sure. But the last year I've definitely encountered a game that has this quality of life. I know not everyone plays windowed, but believe me, people who do play it will love this feature. I love it when I get one of those maps. That's probably one of the best maps you can get. Just a round circle. See, like this. Ah, fuck, I missed my streak. It was so close to 1,000, just needed a bit more. But anyways, there wasn't a next stage to go and finish it up. Oh, there was one! Oh boy. Well, it's fine. I mean, I've already gotten 3 mastery levels in this map. Probably another one is coming by the end of it. I've always been bad at keeping the streaks up. No, this is where the dungeon is. Okay. Let's make sure. I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna kill them until... This should be fine now. Like this it works. Wait, what dropped? Oh, this shield. Got it yesterday. It's not a bad shield, but not from my build. But yeah, I will be testing a lot of builds eventually. I'm gonna try and keep my attention on just this game and Torchlight 3. And not spread myself too thin in the next few weeks until Baldur's Gate 3 releases as early access. When Baldur's Gate 3 early access comes, I'm probably gonna spend some time doing my first playthrough and just that before moving on to something else. But we've got time. There's like another whole month. There's like 29-30 days or whatever left until Baldur's Gate 3 Early Access, which is scheduled for the 30th of September. Last I heard. Oh, we've got mastery points. 2 more mastery points for this. What's our Thorns damage now? 10.9 mil. 10.9 mil. To think that yesterday I was getting 33 mil here on those 127 mil hits. I wanna just test it, just give me a moment. I'm waiting for this to be ready so I can see the damage of just my own buffs. 175 mil, just with my own buffs without procs. It seems pretty decent. Wait, why do I have cleverness? Don't tell me I equipped. Oh, this one can also proc cleverness. This one can also proc cleverness. That's a nice thing to know. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, before I start killing enemies, I want to quickly check what dropped during the last run. Jeopardy. I've got this before, I've got this before, I've got this many times already. So nothing I haven't seen. Yeah, there isn't a single drop that I haven't seen. Maybe this one I haven't seen. But I'm not using either of those. There is this one, but oh, I've never seen this one. Oh, indirect damage enchants such as chain whitening, burn, smite, etc. deal 40. Okay, that's interesting. But there is a buff, not buff, but a build that is based on light radius based stuff. So the more light radius, and there's one with pickup radius based stuff. So the more pickup radius you get, the stronger certain things get. So yeah, there's just so many builds to explore in this game. One would probably need one probably needs several months just to be able to try them all out. See, this one I'm playing right now is one of the more obvious builds. That's a build that doesn't require much thinking to make, because you just need to be stacking things that give you Thorns and elemental damages, and it's not that hard to figure this build out. But then there's those builds that would require so much more thinking to get them to work, so much more using your brain to figure out those weird combinations. So this one may be one of the easy to figure out builds, but eventually I'm gonna try and make some super weird build that's not your typical setup. Okay. So I'm not sure whether tomorrow I will be streaming some more Chronicon. It all depends. It depends whether I'm gonna have access to Torchlight's public test round to test the Dusk Mage. And to those of you who haven't heard it, yesterday in the Mayhem Mondays in the Torchlight 3 Discord, they confirmed that the Dusk Mage is getting some changes. The light and dark buff bar will now be kind of changing in the way it operates. Instead of you getting each buff separately, you would be charging the buffs and they will not be dissipating, and once both buffs are charged, that's when you're gonna be getting the damage bonus. It's gonna be called Harmonic Form or something like that, and while you have Harmonic Form up, you're gonna be getting those damage bonuses and the mana regeneration that you got before. Slightly rebalanced, all of those have slightly been rebalanced. You would be getting, I think, 75% of the old damage buff bonus, but the old mana bonus unchanged, the mana regeneration bonus, if I'm not mistaken. There's also, in general, for the Dusk Mage, some mana regeneration improvements for just the base mana regeneration. And almost every single Dusk Mage skill has been changed to be stronger. Dark Spears is the only skill that became weaker by 10% of its old damage, which is still not bad. I mean, Dark Spears, we never used it for the damage, unless in the first few levels. But Light Spear is getting, I think, like triple the damage it does right now. Light Spear will be that snipe one-shotty build fewer skill, and it's great. I love that they're increasing Light Spear. Absolver is getting buff, Entropy is getting a little bit of a buff. I mean, in general, almost every skill is buffed up. The one that has no changes is Spirit Well, and I didn't read anything about. I think I didn't read anything about Holy Fury. Let me just quickly check. I think it's best if I just share my screen and show you. So yeah, if you're Torchlight 3 fans, you might love seeing this. So I'm gonna share my Discord screen in a moment. Discord. There we go. So, you see, Absolver is getting stronger. Dark Spears is slightly weaker. Energy Spike stronger. Entropy stronger. Holy Bolt stronger. Holy Fury stronger. White Spear, such a change. Actually, it's not 3 times the damage. Okay, it's almost twice the damage. Still, look at the buff for Light Spear from 550% to 870%. It's just great. Radiant Blast, pretty nice. Holy Bolt, it's just amazing, and this is some of the info about how it works. So Harmonic Form, and then there's this thing here. For basic attacks there are some changes. So Great Weapon is gonna be doing more damage, Mace is gonna be doing less damage, but I had seen a bug on the Realm Master. My mace was attacking slower than a sword, but Michael yesterday confirmed that the sword is supposed to be attacking slower than a mace, and only the Realm Master had this bug on the live server. So everything's getting stronger from pistol, rifle, sword. Only mace is getting weaker from the one-handed, and rail hammer and great weapon getting stronger. But the great weapon really needed to be stronger with its very slow attack speed. Staff unchanged, Digitus bow unchanged. So pretty decent. Alright, enough of this. Let me just close this and go back to the game. I thought someone out there watching might want this information from my Torchlight 3 viewers. Probably the majority of my viewers. So I hope you love those changes. I can't wait to test them. If they open the public test round today, I'm probably gonna stream myself on the PTR tomorrow, if they allow us to stream. If it's like the real PTR, not the private PTR. which is only for specific people. We'll see. And yeah, Blood Mage would be the perfect thing to try. Imagine a Blood Mage with Vitality Extractor, Holy Fury. I know Vitality Extractor is the poison stuff, and it's the one that heals you, but you can heal so much with Drain and other things. Wait, is there a big chest here? Yes, it is. Look at how it's hiding. Can't hide the goods from me. I can smell them. I can smell the wood. My wood senses are tingling. Let's see. Contra. Oh yeah, nothing new dropped. Still the same old, same old. I'm gonna put some stuff in the shared storage. Let's start filling up this one. And we're maxing this one and moving on to the whitening. Did we get 11 million Thorns damage now? So from 127, it's now 128.4. Okay. Nice. It's growing. Let's do some more. What's the time now? 10:51 p.m. And Yazru is saying that build diversity and customization with all the runes and enchants is so good in this game, man. Yes, Yazru, this is just one of the biggest surprises this year. It came out of nowhere and it just swooped in. And yeah, a lot of ARPG players would enjoy this game. If they are not people who don't like this type of graphics, the 16-bit pixel graphics. I personally love it. I don't care whether it's 3D and whether it looks like Wosen and some other games like that, or whether it looks like this one. But the build variety is just so nice, so nice. It's the biggest surprise for me this year. Never expected it. It's one of those nice surprises. Like I don't know what to say. I mean, I've never been this excited about the build diversity in a game, especially an indie game by one person, coded by one person. Of course, it's more than one person who made it, but the developer, the coder, was one. I mean, this is so impressive. I might already be too big of a fanboy of this game. But yeah, it just got so much stuff, Okay, let's see. I mean, you can play a Templar like a mage. Templar like a mage with the tome, instead of a shield, and just spamming Avenger stuff. that by itself is pretty fun. Having a nuke Templar. You can have a summoner Templar or a summoner Berserker or a summoner Archer. Everyone can be summoner, which I like. Having companion builds on every single base class is pretty solid. I'm really happy that this game is getting some nice numbers on Steam. Let me quickly check something. How many people are playing this game right now? I'm gonna share my screen here, Firefox. So if I were to... Wow, okay. So in-game 2074. The all-time peak was a day ago where there were 4,400. This is huge. This is just huge. I'm not sure who streamed the game here, but someone streamed the game here and there were 22,000 people watching the game on the 31st of August around noon my time. So yesterday, actually that's not yesterday, that's still today, 1st of September, around afternoon there were 4,200 people, 4,400 people in game. If I compare this to like Torchlight 3 and Vast Epoch, you're gonna see Torchlight 3 384, Vast Epoch 581. Big difference, big difference. You can see where you can see what the people are playing nowadays, and yeah, and those numbers would probably keep growing for the next few weeks. Because now it's a new month, so some people who weren't able to buy the game and maybe have it on their wish list would be able to buy it now that it's a new month if they get paid on the 1st or 5th of the month or whatever. I've seen some people on my friends list wish listing it. So we'll see if those numbers will keep growing, but yeah, it's definitely impressive for a game of this caliber. And that means that there's money to maybe hire people to help the developer with the game to expand it. If the dev keeps coming with some nice ideas for expansions, for DLCs, I'm pretty sure people would keep playing the game. Especially if there's some sort of co-op added later, online co-op, like even if it's Grim Down style co-op where it's peer-to-peer. You create a game and other people join your game. Even that one would be fine and nice to be able to just play with others. Alright, let's just keep moving. And I'm so happy that it doesn't take too long to level up Alps. I love it when games allow me to level up new heroes easily and to respect my current hero easily without having to sacrifice my firstborn to Lucifer to Woodcifer and RNGesus and sell my kidney just so I can respect in the game. So thankfully this game is completely free to respect, so even if you make mistakes, it's not the end of the world. You can just go talk to an NPC and fix that mistake without any trouble. I know there's those hardcore people, and by hardcore people I don't mean hardcore players that play on hardcore difficulty, but some of the people who like it old school, who like it with zero respecting. But it's 2020, I mean, if you don't wanna respect, well, don't. But I definitely think games need to have easy respect to those who want it. If someone feels like respecting is too easy, well, no one is making you respect, honestly. But yeah, for example, I would have loved it if in Torchlight 3 I could change my relic subclass so I don't have to level up new heroes when I wanna try a new build. I wish it never became a permanent change, but it is, and there's not much I can do about it. So I just dealt with it and accepted it as it is in Torchlight 3, with the relics being permanent choices. Would have loved to have an NPC after reaching max level, maybe paying some currency to be able to respec in Torchlight 3. Or to make outs that don't have to do the story and maybe rush the levels. Let's see, Heart of the Forest. I don't think I've... Oh no, never mind, I got this yesterday. But I still got a ton of items to find. Just look at the amount of items. Alright, those are mostly archer items here, so that's fine. There is still one more shield. Legendary shield even. Oh, Kane's battle gear, never mind, so it's not something special. But there's those non-quest specific items that that I really need to find. Those non-class specific true legendaries. This is crafted. What? So there's accessories that you can only get from crafting? Does anyone know the recipe for those? And drunken style. Drunken style, if you want to test the build, let me show you what's in it. You can clip it if you want on Twitch. I'm gonna quickly spend those points and then I can tell you what I've selected. So feel free to screenshot it or whatever, and I'm gonna show you the items and the synergies I'm going for. So first of all, for my left mouse button, I'm using Swice because I can get myself to move quicker, and it also gives me movement speed bonus. It's not important, but I mean, you can swap it to anything else. You can swap it to tackle if you want. This one is completely optional. I like using Swice, but you can use something else. I'm using Thorn Maiden because a lot of Thorns damage. And also lowers the cooldowns of utility and aura skills, and I'm using 2 aura skills. So then here we're using Reprisal. It gives me flat thorns, and when I use it, it gives me more thorns. And this one is more thorns, and this one is more thorns. You can see where we're going with that thorns. We're using maximum HP, which you probably will see in a moment why maximum HP. Stacking all resistances here, damage blocked here. Then here I'm only putting 1 point, 1 point, and 1 point here for enchanted arms, so I can proc static overload, which is this thing here. Now I'm using Revert. Revert is the ability to pull enemies, to vacuum enemies, like a Condemned Crusader in Diablo, for example. So it's for pulling enemies. I mean, if you don't like it, you can use the knockback, repulse, and there was a passive that allows you to get magnetic walk on Revert or repulse. I don't think I'm using it right now. And this foes struck by Revert become weakened and take 15% more damage from all sources. This is crucial here to make them weakened and take more damage. That's why I like it. I've put this and this together on right mouse button. Now here that's Lightning Nova, and we've got Crashing Thunder increasing the range, and Rolling Thunder. Normally Rolling Thunder is 25% chance, but I've made it 100% chance to double cast. 100% chance to double cast with this item that gives me the other 75%, the Rolling Thunder. So basically I've taken a Reckoning Sword and I've added Rolling Thunder on it. Rolling Thunder I think you can get from what's its name? Rolling Thunder was this one. So you can gamble for it. It's not hard to get a Rolling Thunder. You can gamble for it. It's no problem. Actually, why do I have low level Rolling Thunders here taking space? So I've put a Rolling Thunder on the Reckoning stuff. Then I've got King's Rock D'Artagnan and Athos of Spines. So here I've put the King's Rock on a D'Artagnan ring. And here I've put the Spines talisman on an Athos amulet. Now you can see I'm only using 2 pieces of the Retaliator set. So I've put Staggering Boots on Retaliator Striders, and I've put Rallen's Resolution on Retaliator Cloak, but instead of Rallen's Resolution, ideally I would be using Balger's Binding. So just to tell you, this item, I would want to put this item on top of my Retaliator Cloak instead of the Rallen's Resolution, but for now Rallen's Resolution is not a bad one. While leveling, using a Tome of Knowledge is also a good idea while leveling up, while you need XP. And on my chest I'm using Grand Reprisal on my Reckoning Cage, which again gives me increased effect of my Thorns aura and the passives. And that pretty much sums up, I think, the items. Oh, and Weiric Crown. I'm using Weiric Crown here, which gives me for each socketed gem extra health, mana and damage. So from this Retaliator set I'm using 30% of my max HP to Thorns, which is why I'm stacking so much HP. And on this set I'm getting all the bonuses from Reckoning, which is pretty decent. Damage reduction, attack speed, Thorns, pretty good stuff. So this thing here, all your bonus damage element stats are added to the damage element of the skill in your first skill slot. It meant I had to put a whitening skill here, because my Thorns damage is whitening. And my Thorns damage is whitening, so it can proc things like static overload. So that's why whitening Thorns. And I've put 3 points here for mana again. I'm not sure if I really need that much mana again. Maybe it's not that much needed. I've only put 1 point here and 1 point here because I didn't notice a change in my damages. I even tried removing those and my damage didn't change. So 5 points here for crit chance, here for attack speed, 5 points here for mana and HP again, and here 10% magic skill damage increased. I think it's nice. And here I've put 3 points into Resolve, 3 points Fate's Reach, 3 points Holy Water, and 3 points Grace. Grace actually does help me. I've noticed that Grace does help me with those barriers. So it's not bad. In fact, there's some more things I can get in my skill tree from the masteries. And those are my masteries. If you want, feel free to screenshot them. So this is extra chance to trigger Grace. And let's see if there's more Grace stuff. Burning Light, Expulsion, Hallowed, no more Grace stuff. Yeah, I don't think I need any of those here are not needed. Here I just stopped for the increased healing, here I stopped for the damage stagger. And you can see my stats here. I've maxed out my resists. My bog chance, bog damage are maxed out. And my stagger damage is 68%. I don't know if I can get more stagger damage. I can probably get stagger damage on my chest piece if I remove the frost resistance, for example. And I think that's probably the last place where I can get stagger, because I've got stagger here and I've got stagger here on the boots. Let me just quickly check something. Ratings. Where I can get stagger. Damage stagger, I can get it here instead of the frost resistance. Should we try and do it? Let's try and do it.
Hello there.
Unlock this.
Come back again soon. Ratings.
So let's walk up 20 all resist. Let's walk up what needs walking up. Health regeneration I'm probably gonna change to something else, like health on hit maybe. I could actually put health on hit. Oh, that's the wrong item, never mind that. I need this item here. I've unlocked the wrong one.
Yes. Come back again.
I was wondering what the hell is this health regeneration doing there. Okay, so we're walking. HP O resistant gem effect. Gem effect. HP and O resist.
Perfection. Perfection.
And now I can start rolling. I mean, I can walk this and this, but yeah, let's start rolling. Frost resistance to damage stagger. Oh, do you see what I messed up? I can't get frost resistance to stagger. I can get all resistances to be damage stagger, and I'm probably gonna do it. So let's unlock it again. So all resistances, I'm gonna change it to damage stagger. Hopefully it's actually the better move. I'm not sure whether it's the better move, but let's walk the HP. Let's walk the gem effects and the thorns. I'm gonna try and get stagger. Where is this stagger? There we go, stagger.
Goodbye.
Now I'm at 75 and it can grow. It can grow up to... Actually it can't grow anymore. That's the max. And how's my resistances now? Frost is super bad. Frost is terribly bad right now. So I'm gonna get frost.
Greetings.
But I love all of this tweaking. I love being able to tweak in such a way. Oh shit, I missed it. I missed it twice. I missed it again. No, no, I missed again. Fuck. Why do I miss it? Okay. Okay. I'm surprised. I'm surprised it survived. Alright, so basically the resistances that are maxed out for me are fire and lightning. And that's probably the ones I need to change later. So I've got fire here. And I've got lightning somewhere. Reduce damage from harmful effects. I could probably remove this movement speed and maybe put some resistances there. For now, let's try it. I'm gonna check something. I'm gonna check Mythic 10. See if it's easier to survive now with more stagger. I mean, my stagger is pretty high right now. 75% is pretty solid. And Zedicus, how are you, dude? Sorry for replying to your message a little bit later. I think this was actually a good move, removing some resistances, but getting more stagger. Oh, I just need this. Just need this one item, the Bugger's Binding, to get this stagger damage reduced to only 10% of its actual number. And also get damage based on how much stagger damage I'm saving up. Wait. just clearing some of the stuff from the screen. Cursor scale. I never realized there's a cursor scale. This is it. I really needed that cursor scale. I didn't realize it existed. And I was talking yesterday how I wish there was a cursor scale. Well, there is one. I just didn't know about it. Ah, missed my streak. But yeah, it's definitely a fun build, this one. I enjoyed a little bit more than my summoner build. But my summoner build is still work in progress. I just need some more materials to fix my summoner build with the new set I got yesterday. I got new set items for my summoner build. And that would require a lot of things to be rewrote, reworked. And in order to do that, I'm just gonna need to farm some materials. So maybe the materials I farm today will end up being spent on my Warwalk later. I'm still taking hits though. You can see I'm taking damage. It's not like I'm not seeing my HP down, especially if I encounter some enemies from a resistance that is not maxed out. In those cases I'm taking much more damage. Or if there's indirect damage, I don't have much reduction to that one.
Not yet. Not yet.
Necrosis. Interesting name. I think something true legendary dropped. I wonder what. Just a moment. Oh, really? Two times Heart of the Forest. I mean, okay, game. Just wants to keep dropping me the same stuff. Lesser Rune of Barbed Revenge. Revenge now bases the damage of on Thorns rather than the damage blocked. And will always deal the damage as physical regardless of Thorns element. This is probably super nice for my build, but getting rid of Vindicator getting rid of Vindicator probably won't be a bad thing if I replace it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a second Vindicator Reckoning Safeguard, but it's not gonna be Vindicator this time, it's gonna be this one. And that way the points I've put into this and this would be pretty solid. Because it's gonna be based on Thorns, not on the damage blocked. And it's always gonna be physical. The one problem I see here is that it's always gonna be physical. But if it still does, if it still bases the damage on Thorns, it's still gonna be pretty strong. So I wanna test it, because that's probably gonna be some extra procs. But my Thorns will become pretty low. Like if I remove this is probably 7 million. Oh, it's not that big of a difference, honestly. It's less than 2 million of a difference with the Thorns. And I'm gonna be doing less Thorns damage, but I'm gonna be doing that damage more often, because this thing will proc often. This will be proccing often. You see, I think I'm throwing the shield when I do this. I think this 130 million damage is from the shield, isn't it? Hello, Pow Driver. Hello to you as well. I've got some more points here. We've maxed this one out. So next I said after maxing the whitening. This would be nice. Let's say increasing. I'm gonna get this increased first. I mean, let's max this one. Can I try 11? Let's see if I'm gonna die here. Yeah, I'm definitely taking heat. Okay, I shouldn't worry about this one. It's not gonna be worth spending this much time on an enemy with that much HP. It's not gonna drop all the true legendaries in the game after I kill it, so let's just kill the stuff that dies easily. This game looks so fun, Pile Driver. Definitely looks so much fun. And it's not just that it looks fun, but it actually is fun. There are so many things to give you power in the game, so many things to consider when making a build. Don't die. Okay, I didn't die. Look at this. Right, we've got those here. Let's get some more here. But the biggest fun of this game is trying to make and synergize a build. This is probably the biggest fun of it all, trying to make that build and trying to get things to click together. And since there's so many things that you have to consider, there's a lot of ways to get power, a lot of ways to make a build. Enchanting, augments, sockets, lesser runes, greater runes from those augments, and then there's the skills, the masteries. You can even consider things like the tomes. The tomes are things that are probably getting the codexes are probably some things that are getting ignored by some people. But you can get some pretty nice codexes, especially for companion builds. You can get like a Hydra summon, which counts as a companion, which could give you some bonuses, such as that extra elemental damage based on how many companions you've got active, and things like that. cleared almost everything on this map. There's just one little piece of the map left to explore. By the way, this is probably a buggy map without an exit. I had one of those yesterday. It seems like it could be the same thing. Oh no, it's not the same thing. Okay. Nice, good to know it's not the same thing again. Okay, let's keep moving here. But yeah, I'm gonna probably make build videos once I get this one Bauger binding for this site, for this hero, and I can make build videos for this one. For my mage, I'm gonna try and rework some of the skills to see which one is better, the old version of the new one. And whichever turns out better, I could probably post. I mean, even if it doesn't do the hardest difficulty, it's still fun. It's still fun to play it on a difficulty like this one, which provides me a challenge. I mean, I'm not wrecking everything. Sometimes I have to bail out a little back to heal up. So you can always find a difficulty that provides you a challenge. Yet doesn't take too long to finish, so you can farm it efficiently. It's always good to stay into a difficulty that you're clearing quickly, but still feel like a little bit of a challenge. Maybe this difficulty is too much for me to farm it efficiently. But the game's fun. In one word, the game is fun. And if someone doesn't like all the damage numbers and things on the screen, you cannot switch off effects, but you can switch off the damage numbers if you don't like them. You can only leave some damage numbers like me, have them all, or switch them off completely. But you cannot remove your effects like the Nova, so this build might be a little bit too much to some people with all the Novas and all the flashiness. Damn, I'm taking a lot of damage from some of the enemies in this map. Even with the stagger I've got. And I'm at 63%. I need to go and find more enemies. Yeah, this one 3 crowns? Okay. Gotta kill those pack leaders. Oh, another pack leader I've not killed. Might as well get him while I'm here. I should probably get my hero to stop picking potions. I'm not sure there's a limit to those as a pack. survive. 86% cleared. Damn, this is gonna take a while, is it?
Not yet.
No! I was so close. So close. I wonder what damage they hit me with. Must have been one of those 62%. Or the 59, but I think it was an elemental. I heard the frost thingy clicking, so I definitely took some frost damage there. Alright, we got some XP though. I'm gonna go one difficulty down. This one seemed a little bit too much for me. Chance to trigger grace right now is 17%. So I can get another 9. I can get another 18%. 18% seems pretty nice. Let's go back to 10. Mythic 10 seems good enough for me. Is there even a point to put videos up before they're able to... Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is a point to put videos of builds before they can do Mythic 15. Because Endless is not gonna be that much that important. I mean, it's not really that important, and even if I make a video before something, some people might want the build. Some people might want the build before it can do 15, and then when it can do 15, I can just amend it, tell them what needs to change. But some people just want a build that can let them level up, farm XP. I mean, every build can do 15. Every build can do 15 once you have enough mastery levels. It's all about mastery level. It's like Diablo 3. The more time you spend, the stronger you get, because you've got endless points. You can constantly put points into HP, Thorns and damage. And HP and Thorns would increase your damage. Flat damage would not increase your damage. This build does not need flat damage, but HP and Thorns you do need, and every HP point gives you 30% of it into Thorns. So every 10 HP is 3 Thorns. So eventually, with enough points into HP and Thorns, you will be able to do Mythic 15. But it's gonna take a while. I mean, you're gonna need a lot of mastery levels to be able to do it without min-maxing the items. But again, I may never get the item I want. With the amount of items that can drop and the way RNG is, I may never get the item I want to make the build do 15. And I don't really care about 15 because there's nothing special about the Endless anomaly, about the Endless mode. Really nothing special. I mean, once you reach the Endless, GG. I mean, why are you gonna be doing the Endless? What's the point of doing the Endless? Other than to prove that you can do it. The whole fun is reaching that point. Once you reach Endless, it kind of becomes boring, I guess. once you've reached Mythic 15 and can do it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who just wanna see some builds that they can use while leveling up, while gearing up. I don't think it needs to be able to do Mythic 15 for people to enjoy the build. This. But reaching Mythic 15 would take a while on any build. It's gonna take a lot of farming to synergize the items. Especially with those items, I'm not sure what those items that are craft only. So you saw there's items that you can only get from crafting. I have no idea what those items are, how does one craft them. But you saw in the codex there's 2 of those items. But yeah, with enough HP and Thorns, I think every build can do that, and you can endlessly keep. I don't think there's a limit on the mastery levels, which I'm not a big fan of. I'm fan of games having a limit of the levels. Even the post level levels like Paragons and Legend ranks on Chaos Bane and things like that. Even those I like having a limit to. Thankfully Grace is triggering a lot. Being hit. After 600 to 700 masteries, it is meaningless. It's all about absolute synergies between gear skills. And I can tell you that it probably is meaningless, but it's still gonna help you. I mean, after a certain level, you're definitely gonna get a lot of power from those points. Yeah, I know it's just 10 here, 10 there, 10 here, 10 there. But you're still gonna get a lot of power from that. I mean, I'm pretty sure this build would get a big damage boost and survivability boost once I get Balger's Binding. And once I get another 200-300 mastery levels to reach like 600 or 500 at least mastery level. The build synergies are nice and they're important, but this build is almost ready. I just need one more item. That's all I need, one more item for this build. It's still not gonna be able to do Mythic 15 with that one item. Unless I get more levels. But that one item is probably the most important one for this build right now. Well, billions of damage, that's pretty important. But this item is great. This item gives you survivability and damage. So Balger's Binding would really push this damage further. And the survivability. And I would experiment with that shield I got to see if the shield I got is better than the one I'm wearing. But I'm pretty sure this build can be made. And really, why does anyone want a build to do Legend Mythic 15? Why do you even want a build to do Mythic 15? Because once you can do Mythic 15, isn't it over? Isn't it like, okay, this build can do Mythic 15, time to move on to the next one. I personally don't see anything special about Mythic 15. It's giving me the same exact items there. It's giving me the same exact things that I can get there. It's giving me a little bit more resources and stuff. But other than that, I really don't see anything to motivate me to do Mythic 15. It's actually very underwhelming right now. The rewards you get at Mythic 15. They don't match the difficulty. The rewards for Mythic 15, regardless whether it's endless or non-endless, they just seem pointless. I mean, they're not enough. It's not rewarding enough for how difficult it is to do it. And I don't really care if my builds are meta, as long as they can farm the best items in the game. And you can farm the best items in the game in any difficulty. That's kind of how it is right now. Gives you wood with max stats? What do you mean wood with max stats? Wood with... you mean the maximum possible rolls. But that's min-maxing. That's like squeezing extra 1-2% of the item. Who cares about this? I know I don't care about if my item gives me 200 HP or 210 HP. It's just gonna be a very small difference. But every class can do Mythic 15, and I think on every mastery you can do Mythic 15. And yeah, leveling a Berserker as your first hero to level up, I wouldn't suggest Berserker. I would suggest probably level up a different hero and then level up the Berserker with Tome of Knowledge. Like a properly set up Tome of Knowledge and other XP bonuses. I was surprised how bad the first few levels on a Berserker felt. Today I walked in, I created a new hero, a new Berserker, just to test how it feels, and it felt very sluggish. I mean, it was barely doing damage at the start. It took me a few minutes to just kill the first boss on normal. But really, I really don't care if my items are maximum stats or not. Let's see. Venerata, Storm Chaser. That's a rune of critical thorns, gravity, elementium armor. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, if this item gives me 800 HP or whether it gives me 850 HP, I really don't care about that. And whether I'm doing endless or not, I really don't care about that. I'm not playing this game to prove my build is the best or anything like that. I'm just trying to find some weird synergies and have fun, farm some items and test other builds. In fact, I probably will never reach Mythic 15. I don't care about Mythic 15, I probably will never play Mythic 15. Because I'm not playing this game to reach the highest difficulty. I'm playing it just to find synergies between items and to use those synergies. Because I'm not that type of person. I'm not a person that cares about their build being the best. I don't need the ego boost of my pixels being stronger than someone else's pixels. Look at my horse. Definitely not my thing. Okay, let me quickly get rid of those items.
Feeling lucky? You know where to find
It's nice to have an elementium. I really needed another elementium. You never know when you're gonna need it. Well, that's not playing the game for everyone. For me, playing the game is not. It's not about reaching the hardest difficulty. I'm playing the game right now. Am I not playing the game right now? Is a computer playing my hero? Is this a bot that you're looking on your screen? I'm playing the game. Am I not? I'm just not playing the game the same way someone else would be. I mean, I don't really care if my hero is stronger than someone else's hero.
Feeling lucky?
Am I getting fun from playing the game I'm doing right now? I definitely am getting fun by playing the game the way I am right now. So really, I really don't care if I even never reach Mythic 15. Who cares? It's not like I'm getting paid to reach harder difficulties. It's not like there's a prize pool for reaching the hardest difficulty and reaching the biggest rift ever. I mean, if you want to compare e-pins, feel free to compare e-pins with others. Just count me out of the e-pin comparison competition. But yeah, it's definitely fun. And I'm thinking of ways to make this build stronger. First of all, let's get Balger's Binding. Then I'm gonna test this shield I got today. It's actually not a shield, it's this rune. I wanna test this rune, the Barbed Revenge. That one's also nice. So those two runes I can try. This one goes into Helm Armor Boots, okay. Come on, heal, heal. Why am I not healing? I used the potion, my HP didn't go up. What's happening? Oh, the potion heals flat? Why the hell would potions heal a flat amount, not a percent of your HP? They should definitely make potions heal based on percent rather than flat. Because 3000 healing, even when it's healing 4000 something for me, it doesn't seem much. Let's see this. But yeah, I like pushing the synergies, but I don't really care about the squeezing every little bit of damage from a build. As much as I can squeeze, fine, but even if I don't get it to do Mythic 15, it doesn't mean that the build is bad. It means that the build is not meta, but it still can do stuff, and it can still farm the best items in the game. Probably not the best stats on the best items. Probably not like min-max stats, but it's still not bad. But yeah, I've never been about pushing as much as I can. Min-maxing sucks the fun out of games for me. That's what I've thought. Min-maxing to the top 0.1% of the game sucks the fun out of it. For some people that's the actual fun, for me it's the opposite. When it comes to trying to be the meta, the best build, it just sucks the fun because it becomes cookie cutter builds. It becomes only a few builds that can do it, and then the rest. And I like games that allow you to do the hardest content even if you don't synergize the build completely. Like in Torchlight 3 for example, even the shittiest builds can do ridiculous. They can't do it as fast as other builds, but every build you can make in Torchlight 3 would be able to do ridiculous. For example, dozens cookie cutter builds because of all the variety. But for every hero, there's probably gonna be what, 6, 7. For every hero, there's probably gonna be at least one for every element. And then there's gonna be for every element actually maybe 2, because here I can probably make an Avenger build with lightning, like a Tome Avenger build with lightning. I can make a build with this one, or I can make a build with the Nova. And then there, look at how many skills we've got. We've got summons. You can make a companion build here. Whitening companion build with the whitening, and then with the spinning blade, dancing blade. You can make a build like that, and that's also gonna work. Or you can make some weird fire build with moat and armor maybe. There's just so many builds, but still, you're gonna need a lot of items. You're gonna need a lot of items for each build. I checked my codex and there's just so many items I'm missing and I've never found. And I have no idea what they do. In fact, I have no idea what those crafting items are. Items that you can only get with crafting. I didn't even know those existed until I looked at my codex today and realized that there are some of those there. But this build is definitely an obvious one that is not that hard to make, because you're just synergizing the obvious choices. Some of the other builds that you're mentioning probably require a lot more thinking in regards to how to synergize certain things. $385. Tier 400 is tier 400 the hardest difficulty in the game? Is there an end to the game? I don't like endgame that doesn't have a limit. Is there a limit in the endless dungeon, or is it truly endless? Because I don't like real endless limits. I don't like Diablo 3 because it doesn't have a limit on Greater Rifts, and it doesn't have a limit on Paragon levels. I like in Torchlight 3 how there's 251 levels in the Fazir, and you know, you reach 251, then you've reached the hardest that there is to do. I thought it was only tier 1 and 2 because on my screen I only see tier 1 and tier 2. I never knew it goes all the way to tier 400. Cause that's so boring for me when there's no limit. This is just plain boring for me. But still, I'm gonna see if I ever reach Mythic 15 on a build. I will test it. But I can't spend all my time on this game. I get my fun playing every now and then, finding some basic synergies, and that's good enough for me. What have we here? This one's maxed out now. Now what do I max out? I mean, okay, let's max out the crit damage a bit. What can I get here? Avenger, yeah, I want Avenger. This one. Not much I can get here. Magnetic overload or static? I'm wondering which one is the better choice for me. Okay, I prefer static. Avenger, okay. All right, let's see where the next level is. I can't. Oh, there we go. There's more enemies here. Oh, and I've missed some drops on the ground. Oh, that's a rune. I wanna see what rune I got. After 400, Matt started winning. Matt has never been my favorite subject. In fact, it's been my least favorite subject in school. So, Matt is not my strong suit. So, if Matt is involved, count me out. If I need to use my brain too much to make a build, count me out. I'm not talking I like brain dead builds, but there's a fine line between rocket science and brain dead builds. And that's where I like standing, in the middle. Between rocket science builds and brain dead builds. In the middle there. Not having to do too much calculations, but also not being completely obvious to make the build. Alright, let's see. What did we get? Blazing hammers. Right, I need to get another Vindicator's Reckoning Safeguard. I think I've got one somewhere. Maybe not anymore. But I want to test another one of those shields. I want to test another one of those shields and see how it goes. I want to make a second with that new rune to see how it is. Damn, it's giving me every single legendary, just not the one I need. There we go, I got it. So this is for shield, for this rune. And this one is for helmet, armor, boots. 15 stacks, so I can get 450% Thorns on helmet, armor or boots. So on my helmet, if I remove the HP mana damage increase,
You know where to find me.
damn, I'm losing a lot of HP. I'm losing a lot of HP, so I'm not gonna be getting rid of this probably. What about this one? This one is not for me. Unwavering loyalty. Oh yeah, that one was for the summoner. This is the set I wanna test on my summoner. So let's try and make this shield with this rune.
Greetings. Let me know.
And see how it goes. So I'm going after HP, stagger, whitening fire, or HP stagger and whatever else. Stagger. We got the stagger. Ah, fuck, I missed it. Come on, HP, 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 HP. HP. Give me that HP. Look at this RNG. You miss it once, then it never shows up. There we go. Let's see, Thorns and the rest. Oh, what did I have here? Fire and whitening. Let me check if I remove 30% fire and whitening resistance. Fire is 62. Whitening is 62. So yeah, I probably do need those there.
Goodbye.
Or I could get any other resistance, maybe fire and frost.
Greetings.
Okay, we got fire. Maybe let's get frost, because that seems to kill me often. Frost, 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 frost. Alright, let's keep frost.
Goodbye.
And let's test. First I'm gonna test the damage on the dummy. 142.1 million. Keep in mind the other one doesn't have as much HP and Thorns. 27.2 million. Definitely a big difference. Alright, let's change the difficulty to something easier. Just wanna see the regular Thorns damage. Without buffs. And let's see with buffs. Yeah, it's a no-go. It's obviously that my old one is better. The Vindicator is by far much better than the Barapt Revenge. I mean, Phantom Shield, okay, it's gonna be proccing, but the hit difference is just too big. Too big of a difference to ignore it. Because look at my damage now. 142. Look at it now. It did throw a shield, and the shield did do 90 million. But yeah, fuck this. Bad experiment. Not a successful experiment, I might say. And I'm probably gonna need more all resist stats for the harder difficulties.
Not yet.
You wanna see my accessory? Yeah, just a moment. Let me exit the map. I'm just gonna stay here safe. This is my accessory. I don't have Bauger right now, so I really want to make a Bauger Retaliator Cloak. This is the only item where I think I really need an upgrade would be Bauger Retaliator Cloak. I mean, maybe I can get rid of 30% of your maximum HP being added as Thorns. Maybe I can get rid of this. The one that gives HP. No, I don't have one that gives me HP. I don't even know which one it is. Could you tell me in the codex? Ideally, I would be using this thing. I would be using this thing, because this is just such a great item. Such a great item. Although the problem is this increases damage, and increasing my damage does nothing to Thorns. So maybe there's another one that I'm missing somewhere out there, something that's gonna be nice. But yeah, I want this one. Set my resistance to 0 but gives me HP. I have no idea what this one is and how to get it. I don't think I've ever gotten this one item. You can see there's a lot of items I've never gotten. So let me check. Is it a Templar only item or is it a general item? Seasonal? What? There's seasons in the game? Really? Oh, I hate seasons. I really don't like games with seasons where you can get only certain wood from certain seasons. But I don't know which one could be the accessory. Crystal heart. It's probably this one. This one looks like a heart to me. And maybe that's gonna be it. By the way, does anyone know how to get those crafted accessories? There's 2 accessories that apparently need to be crafted. Do you know how much HP it gives you? I'm wondering how much HP I can get with that item if it sets my resistances to 0 but it gives me HP. How much more HP does it give? Is it like 100%, 200%? Healing and mana injector with its respective max tier potions. I've got the health and mana injectors, by the way. I found those. Oh, okay. So that's... Let's see how to make them. How do I exit this map? Okay, I'm gonna exit this map. I'm gonna die. Let them kill me. Kill me, kill me. Alright, let me find more enemies to kill me. Fuck this, I'm not gonna wait for them to kill me. Let's try and craft this. So that item is hard stone. So you said healing and mana injector with the respective potions. So this is the healing injector. I'm not sure where the mana injector is, but it's probably somewhere here. Let's try and make them.
Greetings.
How do you make it? First put healing pots inside and make the max tier. So there's a max tier. Oh, I didn't know there were more tiers. I thought ultimate was the max tier. Well, good to know. Can I just convert everything?
Secrets of transmutation never cease to amaze me.
Okay, nice. Well, this seems impressive now. Although, why so little HP restored? When I upgrade it, how much would that be?
Greetings.
6,500. Okay. 6,500, that's probably gonna heal me for 15,000 with stacking potion effectiveness and things like that. Healing increase and all of that. Okay, well, at least something something new. I didn't know there was another tier of potions. And this is nice, every 10 seconds extra healing. But yeah, thanks for the info. Really wanted to check this one out. Critical Thorns, helm, armor, boots. Well, I can't get rid of either of those things. Potions aren't used by anyone. Alright. If you already put legendary enchanting on it, is there any chance that... no, you cannot change it other than making a new legendary. So greater and lesser runes seem to be permanent. I was wondering the same yesterday, but people told me once you put a rune on an item, you cannot change it. You have to make a new item. I tried on walking and transmuting again. It didn't work. It would be nice if they allowed us though. If they allowed us to change stuff. Well, let's keep farming. I want to get Balger's Binding eventually. That's my goal right now. Another Balger's Binding to drop. Right. Here and here. Oh, ice ones. But yeah, we should be getting access to the PTR soon on Torchlight, and I can't wait to make some new Torchlight builds before they close down the PTR again. So maybe tomorrow I'm gonna stream if they've added the Dusk Mage changes to the public test realm, and if they opened it up for testing. It's gonna be interesting. Maybe a Blood Mage would be what I make next first. If they haven't done it, then I'm gonna do more Chronicon tomorrow. So it all depends. It all depends whether Torchlight 3 updated with the next upcoming patch, the PTR for testing, and opened it up again for the public to try. But so far, the last few days playing this game has been a blast. Trying to farm those masteries, get those items. And the immense variety of The immense variety of ways you can play a hero is amazing. I mean, just take this hero for example. You can play it with damage retaliation, you can play it as a damage dealer, you can play it as a summoner, you can play it as a caster with Avenger stuff. You can play it as an aura like this, but with Holy Aura, and the Holy Aura dealing damage, and the damage being based on Thorns, so some of your Thorns damage being added to 50% of the Thorns damage being added to the Holy Aura, to Expulsion. I mean, there's just so many ways to play this class. How many of those ways are viable for the best endgame, I can't tell you, but I'm pretty sure every single set for the hero has some sort of a build centered around it that can do some nice content. Yeah, they can all be built, but it's all about getting the right items. I mean, if the right items don't drop for you, you can get it. I think right now my only weakness of this build is Balgar's Binding, and maybe min-maxing my enchantments to be better. If I can survive, if I can get myself to survive Mythic 15, I can just get more damage and do enough damage for Mythic 15. Right now my damage would just take too long for Mythic 15, because I don't even have a single billion. And even killing the easiest enemies, the trash enemies, even killing trash enemies would take too long for the build the way it is right now. Because right now I've got the synergies. I've definitely got most of the best synergies for this build, the way I see it from the things I've dropped. Again, I can't speak about items I've never seen, that I've never dropped. But from the items that the games has given me, I'm pretty sure I've synergized everything the way it needs to be. Except maybe I could probably try and playing without King's Rock. I'm not sure what else would be better on a ring other than King's Rock and stacking some stuff. Maybe I could sacrifice my resistances and get rid of all the resists and then get more damages instead of resists and be a glass cannon. And this crit chance, I probably don't need it. I don't think I need this much crit chance, so this is another thing I can probably change there. I can probably be fine with just 30-40% crit chance and get more damages. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, King's Rock is amazing. Look at that. My gems right now give me 40% whitening damage. 40%. This seems like too good to miss out on it. Not sure why it's 40% here and 26% here though. What did I do wrong? Did I put the wrong runes there? Did I put wall level runes? I'm gonna look into it, why it's only Balgar's Binding I think is what I need, but the problem with Balgar's Binding is it's increasing my damage, and right now damage doesn't increase my Thorns until I maybe get another Retaliator piece. But Vindicator is great. Grand Reprisal is just a great boost. You can see just the changes here. This is like more than double my DPS. This probably I can change. Vindicator I can probably change. But you saw changing Vindicator for this one reduced my damage by so much. So my Thorns didn't become stronger. But those things here seem to be super strong. I really love 0 for 1. 0 for 1 seems like an amazing thing. But I'm not a Nova build. There's one thing to consider. I am not a Nova build. I am not doing damage from the Nova. You can see the Nova only does 1.1 million. The high damage that you're seeing as millions, 148 million, is not the Nova. The Nova is doing only 1 million, keep that in mind. This is not a Nova build. This is a Thorns build. It's all about Thorns with this build. But yeah, what's happening with this amulet? Why only 26%? I probably used this one here by accident. Alright, and what did I remove? Did I remove bog chance or bog damage? Bog chance or bog damage? I need bog chance here.
So pretty. Catch you later.
Okay, now we got that. Oh, so 0 for 1 is additive. That's pretty nice to know. 0 for 1 being additive and supernova, but again, supernova, keep in mind, supernova is not gonna replace 0 for 1. I can have supernova on an 0 for 1 as well. But if I use supernova, I'm gonna lose my King's Rock, unless I can get King's Rock and a supernova. But again, my damage is not coming from damage. My damage is not coming from the Nova itself. I don't think you're understanding how this build works. Damage does not increase my DPS. In fact, I removed all my flat damage rows, and it didn't change my DPS. What gives me DPS is Thorns and HP. HP gets converted into Thorns, and Thorns is where my damage comes from. So Supernova is not gonna change much for me. I'm telling you that's not the right build for Supernova. Okay, let me check the Supernova. It's somewhere here. Initially, I wanted to do this. Initially, I wanted to use Supernova, and I saved it up. But then I realized that my Supernova will only increase my Nova damage, and the Nova damage is not the real damage of the build. The ability has the Nova attack, but it's not the ability that does the damage. I'm still trying to tell you that this is not what gives me the damage. Even if I don't hit enemies, they're gonna die. Let me show you. Just look at that. I'm gonna sit still and the enemies will die just from hitting me. See, 300 million. 360 million without me using the Nova. It's not the Nova that makes this build work. so yeah, the Nova damage is not what makes it tick. You can see the Nova damage are the big numbers. Let me show you a better way to understand this. I'm gonna show you a better way to understand this. Why the Nova is not the strong damage. Okay, now you're gonna be seeing the Nova damage. This is the Nova damage. So this is the Nova damages. It doesn't go past 1 million. So Supernova is not gonna be worth it for this build. I know, I've been trying to say this for a few minutes, man. Supernova is just not the right item for this build. Thorns does 400 million, not 300k, it does 400 million. Because Thorns is indirect damage, so the 400 million things you see are from the Thorns. So where you're seeing 400 mil, this is the Thorns. 409 million that you're seeing now, this is the Thorns damage. But I'm gonna test it and see it, because... What do you mean Thorns does 400k? Thorns is indirect damage. See, I'm gonna disable indirect damage, I tried to show you. Thorns is indirect damage, so I disable the indirect damage numbers. You can even see this here, Thorns here is 20.8 million when I'm buffed. You've got it wrong, it's the other way around, dude. You see, this damage that you're seeing here is not all the Thorns, this is the shield. The damage you're seeing right now, when I'm getting hit, is not the Thorns damage. This is the shield. This is that skill. What's it called? Phantom Shield. So those little numbers you're seeing are Phantom Shield and Lightning Nova. If I start using Lightning Nova, you see that's 945k, 1 million, all of that is the Lightning Nova damage. And it really matches the Lightning Nova damage. So yeah, you really don't understand how this works. But you are right that the Supernova will help me, because my Thorns would count as Nova. But you didn't know this, you didn't know that my Thorns counts as Nova. You didn't know that my Thorns counts as Nova, because there's this passive here. Where was it? There's one passive somewhere, I don't know exactly where it was, but there's a passive that makes my Thorns count as Nova. But I'm still gonna test it, I'm gonna get materials and test it myself, but honestly those 400 million that you see, this is my real Thorns damage. It's indirect damage, and when I disable it from the wood filter, you don't see those numbers, but when I enable those numbers, and I did all that testing yesterday, so I definitely understand how this build works, because I've been experimenting a lot yesterday. I removed all my damage stats. I removed all my damage stats from the gear, and the damage didn't become less. See, 285 million, this is Thorns. 297 million, this is Thorns. Because you see, I'm not using the Nova right now, and I'm doing 300 million. Unless that's Thorns, there's no other way to explain this. Yes, I know that Supernova would increase my Thorns damage, but you didn't know this. You didn't know that my Thorns counts as Nova when you were telling me to use the ring. You were telling me to use the ring because you thought the Nova was my main damage skill. I do agree that Supernova would help, but not the way you think it would help. Because just earlier you were telling me the Thorns was not doing damage, and that the Nova was doing the strong damage, but it's the other way around. The Thorns is the strong damage, you just didn't know that Thorns is Nova until I told you. You gotta admit when you say something wrong, you gotta man up and admit it. I did admit that I forgot about my Thorns being a Nova, but But it's not, again, it's not the Nova that does the damage, it's not the Whitening Nova. I'm only using the Whitening Nova to proc stuff. Yeah, the Thorn numbers are tiny because they're indirect damage, so you could easily separate them. But again, I will make it. Let me farm and make a new ring. If I get a new D'Artagnan, I'm gonna make it with Supernova. But the problem is I'm gonna lose the King's Rock, and I will see how it works without the King's Rock. How much stronger the damage is, whether I can push it harder. But first, let me confirm that my Thorns is a Nova. Because I might not have this. I'm pretty sure I had it somewhere as a passive. Maybe as a mastery somewhere. Okay, let me check here. I'm pretty sure it was somewhere there. Somewhere out there. I can't remember where, but I'm pretty sure it was there. Or maybe it's not. Maybe I didn't equip the skill. There was one skill that gives you Thorns damage as a Nova. Maybe I don't have it, maybe I do. I think I removed it yesterday. I might have removed it yesterday. Honestly, I might have removed it. But it's gotta be there somewhere. Thorns damage done as a Nova. Where the hell? It was somewhere there. Well, maybe I don't have it. Or if I do, I can't see it. It was there though, it was there somewhere. I have to look it up. I have to look it up and find it, but I'm pretty sure I might wanna try this one. But I have done 400 million from Thorns. I'm gonna show you again when I do 400 million. Let me go to the next stage and show you. I've already done 400 million multiple times, so I'm not sure why you're saying that there isn't 400 million. When I buff myself like this, and I get all the buffs, 300 and something million, 420 something million just right now. 419 million. Look at the small numbers at the bottom. Small numbers at the bottom. 430 million right now. So 442 million. 440, 442. You see, now my buff is over, so the numbers are smaller. It does work. My only problem right now is survivability. I mean, yeah, I can probably get more damage if I min-max the build properly. But the biggest problem for the higher difficulties, whenever I tried it, is the survivability. And I think Balger's Binding would help me with the survivability. It's not gonna help me with the damage though, because Balger's Binding increases damage. And damage does not increase Thorns. And the good thing about Thorns is it's ethereal. So ethereal damage ignores resistances, and includes all elements together. With the Thorns it's probably slightly different than Ethereal, but it does count as Ethereal, so it does ignore resistances. But yeah, Ethereal enchantments are amazing. There are some amazingly strong explosion Ethereal enchantments. I'm just not sure they're gonna work well on a Thorns build. Like, you can keep augmenting, enchanting, rerolling the gear and get some explosions when you kill enemies and some other indirect ethereal damages, and those are probably things that people might be using, because ethereal is probably the strongest thing in the game as a damage type for elemental builds, for builds that that are using those things. I wanna test it though. I wanna test that ethereal explosion affix, the one where you're when you're doing damage. But it's 12:36 a.m. so I'm gonna finish this map and probably stop my stream because it's already 36 minutes past midnight, and it's time to stop. So let's finish this dungeon, do the boss at the end, and probably stream some more tomorrow, unless they open the public test server on Torchlight 3, because if they do, I'd rather use the fast XP there to make some builds before before the test server is down. Because on the public test realm, if they enable the cheat NPCs and I can level up without doing the story in Torchlight, I will try and use that chance to save myself 10 hours of leveling 10-12 hours of leveling up with the story while it lasts, while the test realm is there. I'm gonna check the news later today, see how it goes, but yeah, let's finish this boss. And I'm gonna try and fix this build tomorrow. Again, Balger's Binding is my top one must get and try item. Because I'm gonna quickly, after this boss, just quickly show you how much damage I can do on some of the harder difficulties. And just so you can see that the damage is not that bad right now with those 400 million. For example, on 15 I'm probably gonna get one shot, but just to show you that I can hurt them. So, not sure if you saw me, but I could do some damage to them. Not much, it's barely any damage, but it's still hurting them. You see, those are dying, so the damage, if I double or triple the damage to maybe get 1.5 billion, maybe 2 billion, should be enough. If I go to 14 or 13, let's just show you 13 quickly. On 13 it's a little bit easier to do damage. The problem is they still do a ton of damage to me. See, on 13 they're dying. It's still too slow and not worth the time until the build is better. I think if I'm doing 2-3 billion, it's gonna be more than enough to do it quickly, to do it just as quickly as I do 8. Alright, enough of this. I'm gonna stop here, but thanks everyone for tuning in today. It's again 39 minutes past midnight, it's a little bit late to keep streaming. Tomorrow probably Torchlight 3 is on the menu. It all depends whether they allowed us to stream the test server and whether the test server is up. With the changes to Dusk Mage, with the rebalancing and buffs of the Dusk Mage and the changes to basic attacks. Keep it cool until next time, and goodbye from me again.